You may be asking yourself, where do I go from here? That's not an easy question to answer when you've been grieving the loss of someone you love. Things have changed. You were the one who had everything together. You were the one who made sure all tasks were covered and everybody had what they needed. You made sure all the I's were dotted and all the T's crossed. Now it's you that's trying to figure out a way to move forward. I'm Gary Sturgis, the creator and founder of Surviving Grief and the author of Surviving, Finding Your Way from Grief to Healing. Are you ready to experience life the way you've always wanted things to be? In this short video, I'll explain how you can establish a plan that provides you with hope and encouragement for the rest of the journey. You're at a new place in your life and you want to change the script. You're depleted of all the tears you've needed to shed after the passing of your loved one. But today is a new day, so grab a piece of paper and a pen. First, write down all the things you like to do, which include hobbies, skills, and adventures. Some people like to read, cook, paint, or garden. Maybe you've always wanted to take classes in an area of interest to you. It's time to change your thoughts from saying I can't to I can. Be mindful that this list doesn't have to be completed. You have plenty of time, and you'll add to the list as you think of more things you'll want to try or revisit again at another time. This new journey is about your self-care. It's an area us grievers often feel guilty about tapping into. We don't always see the need to gift ourselves, but we give it out to so many other people without looking for anything in return. In my book, Surviving, I write a lot about how good self-care is essential to survival. Practicing good self-care doesn't mean you're feeling sorry for yourself, being selfish, or being self-indulgent. Rather, it means you're creating conditions that allow you to integrate the death of someone you love into your heart and soul. Growing past your grief isn't forgetting about your loved one that died, but trusting the process that your loved one would want you to carry on by discovering the new you. So, what are your greatest fears? Write them down and describe what that feels like to you. Then take a breath or two. It's all going to be okay. We all have something we fear. But when you realize that the journey through your fears opens the door to new opportunities, you'll grow into the excitement of what awaits you on the other side. Try to remember that self-care fortifies your long and challenging grief journey, a journey that leaves you profoundly affected and deeply changed. When you recognize that self-care begins with yourself, you no longer think of those around you as being totally responsible for your well-being. Walking through that long-awaited door brings you to the hope that's been missing for a while. You'll start to see things differently. Hope invites in new ideas that have always been there with you, but those ideas have been buried under the weight of your grief. In my book, Surviving, Finding Your Way from Grief to Healing, I try to explain hope. A wonderful thing about hope is that it's all over the place. You don't have to create it because it's already there. You don't have to search for it. You just have to be open to letting it in. When you're just starting out on your path through grief and your journey forward, try reconnecting with people. It's really common after a significant loss to put your social life on the back burner. Socializing with other people encourages your hope for a bright future to meet you where you are. Your friends and loved ones care about you, and they can and do want to help you move forward. That's where hope comes into play as you create this new blueprint for the rest of the journey. Your future will be different, and that's a fact, because the only way to go is forward. As much as we wish we could go back, we can't. But just because your future will be different, that doesn't mean it has to be bad. It can be really good, just in a different way. Think about some small steps you can take today towards creating a better tomorrow. It's not about what you're doing already, but what you haven't done is what hurts the most. You've grieved well and have found that special place in your heart for your loved one. So go forward and treat yourself to the future you deserve for the rest of the journey. I hope this video has opened your eyes to see what the brand new you can begin to look like. I know it's not easy. Creating a life after loss is hard work, but I think it's worth it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. to get notified of upcoming content, and be sure to follow my Surviving Grief Facebook page and visit my Surviving Grief website at www.sgrief.com. You can also get my book, Surviving, Finding Your Way from Grief to Healing, on Amazon.com or any online bookstore, as well as my best-selling daily companion book, Surviving 365 Days a Year. As you continue on the rest of your journey, be sure to take care of yourself and take comfort in the fact that we're all just walking each other home.